Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video we are counting down top 10 western films from recent years. Those who enjoy western films must give it a try and leave a comment below how many films you have already seen from this list or intend to see. Now let's get started. 10. The Magnificent Seven, 2016, directed by Antoine Fuqua. Looking to mine for gold, greedy industrialist Bartholomew Bogue seizes control of the Old West town of Rose Creek. With their lives in jeopardy, Emma Cullen and other desperate residents turn to bounty hunter Sam Chisholm, Denzel Washington, for help. Chisholm recruits an eclectic group of gunslingers to take on Bogue and his ruthless henchmen. With a deadly showdown on the horizon, the seven mercenaries soon find themselves fighting for more than just money once the bullets start to fly. 9. Open Range, 2003, directed by Kevin Costner. Boss Spearman, Robert Duvall, and his cowhands Charlie, Kevin Costner, and Mose, Abraham Benrubi, are driving cattle across a large expanse of country. When Mose ventures into a sparse village to buy a few necessities, he is met with violent hostility from Denton Baxter, Michael Gambon, an affluent landowner, and his right-hand man, Poole, James Russo. When Mose doesn't come back, Boss and Charlie realize he's in trouble, so they plot to get him back and get revenge on those who captured him. 8. The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford, 2007, directed by Andrew Dominic. Infamous and unpredictable, Jesse James, Brad Pitt, nicknamed the fastest gun in the West, plans his next big heist while he launches preemptive strikes against those looking to collect the reward the law has placed on his head. Jesse's newest recruits, Robert, Casey Affleck, and Charlie Ford, Sam Rockwell, grow increasingly jealous of the outlaw. When they sense an opportunity to kill Jesse, they gun him down, but their actions backfire when Jesse's fame is elevated to near mythical status. 7. True Grit, 2010, directed by Ethan Coen and Joel Coen. After an outlaw named Tom Chaney, Josh Brolin, murders her father, feisty 14-year-old farm girl Mattie Ross, Haley Steinfeld hires Rooster Cogburn, Jeff Bridges, a boozy, trigger-happy lawman, to help her find Chaney and avenge her father. The bickering duo are not alone in their quest, for a Texas Ranger named LaBeouf, Matt Damon, is also tracking Chaney for reasons of his own. Together the unlikely trio ventures into hostile territory to dispense some Old West justice. 6-3-10 to Yuma, 2007, directed by James Mangold. Outlaw Ben Wade, Russell Crowe, terrorizes 1800s Arizona, especially the Southern Railroad, until he is finally captured. Wade must be brought to trial, so Dan Evans, Christian Bale, the owner of a drought-stricken ranch, volunteers to escort him to the train. Along the trail, a grudging respect forms between the men, but danger looms at every turn, and the criminal's men are in pursuit. 5. Tombstone, 1993, directed by George P. Cosmatos and Kevin Shah. Wyatt Earp, Kurt Russell, and his brothers, Morgan, Bill Paxton, and Virgil, Sam Elliott, have left their gunslinger ways behind them to settle down and start a business in the town of Tombstone, Aries. While they aren't looking to find trouble, trouble soon finds them when they become targets of the ruthless cowboy gang. Now, together with Wyatt's best friend, Doc Holliday, Val Kilmer, the brothers pick up their guns once more to restore order to a lawless land. 4. A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, directed by Sergio Leone. The man with no name, Clint Eastwood, enters the Mexican village of San Miguel in the midst of a power struggle among the three Rojo brothers, Antonio Prieto, Benny Reeves, Sieghart Rupp, and Sheriff John Baxter, Wolfgang Luxchi. When a regiment of Mexican soldiers bearing gold intended to pay for new weapons is waylaid by the Rojo brothers, the stranger inserts himself into the middle of the long simmering battle, selling false information to both sides for his own benefit. 3. For a Few Dollars More, 1965, directed by Sergio Leone. In the Wild West, a murderous outlaw known as El Indio, Gian Maria Volonte, and his gang are terrorizing and robbing the citizens of the region. With a bounty on El Indio's head, two bounty hunters, Monco, Clint Eastwood, and Col. Douglas Mortimer, Lee Van Cleef, come to collect the prize. Upon their first meeting, the two men view each other as rivals, but they eventually agree to become partners in their mutual pursuit of the vicious criminal. On number 2 we have a tie-up between two films. 1. Django Unchained, 2012. 2. Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968, Django Unchained, 2012, available on Netflix and Amazon. Directed by Quentin Tarantino. 2 years before the Civil War, Django, Jamie Foxx, a slave, finds himself accompanying an unorthodox German bounty hunter named Dr. King Schultz, Christoph Waltz, on a mission to capture the vicious Brittle brothers. Their mission successful, Schultz frees Django, and together they hunt the South's most wanted criminals. Their travels take them to the infamous plantation of Shady Calvin Candy, Leonardo DiCaprio, where Django's long-lost wife, Kerry Washington, is still a slave. Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968, directed by Sergio Leone. There's a single piece of land around Flagstone with water on it, and rail baron Martin, Gabriel Ferzetti, aims to have it, knowing the new railroad will have to stop there. He sends his henchman Frank, Henry Fonda, to scare the land's owner, McBain, Frank Wolf, but Frank kills him instead and pins it on a known bandit, Cheyenne, Jason Roberts. Meanwhile, a mysterious gunslinger with a score to settle, Charles Bronson, and McBain's new wife, Jill, Claudia Cardinal, arrive in town. 1. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, 1966, directed by Sergio Leone. In the Southwest during the Civil War, a mysterious stranger, Joe, Clint Eastwood, and a Mexican outlaw, Tuco, Ili Wallach, form an uneasy partnership. Joe turns in the bandit for the reward money, then rescues him just as he is being hanged. When Joe's shot at the noose goes awry during one escapade, a furious Tuco tries to have him murdered. The men re-team abruptly, however, to beat out a sadistic criminal and the Union Army and find $20,000 that a soldier has buried in the desert. So that was the list, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching our top 10 Western films. For more updates, make sure you subscribe to our channel. The handle is right in front of you.